Hi, I'm LDS in Medium, and thank you so much for tuning in today. I want to try to bring religion and spirituality closer together, and this is what this pod is all about. I will talk about my own thoughts and feelings as I am both LDS and have spiritual gifts, something that I've had my whole life, but I always thought that it was hard to combine these gifts with my religion. This has torn me into two directions, and I have talked to many people who feel the same way. I can't choose not to have my spiritual gifts, but I can choose how I use them. And I always want to use them for good and to help others. I believe my heavenly parents gave them to me for a reason. So, this is me. Join my quest for knowledge.
Men vs. Women, Chapter 12. So, we have come to Chapter 12 in the book Laugh Your Way to a Better Marriage by Mark Gungor. And we are still on the subject of sex. I absolutely love when I get epiphanies or aha moments. It's those moments something just clicks inside of you, and it's just like getting a revelation. I had a few of those reading this chapter. The headline of the chapter is Sex Wars. Since sex is a very loaded subject to talk about, and especially in religious cultures, and our church is no exception, that headline gave me lots of flashback moments. I have talked to many friends that have used sex as a war tactic, but my thought is, in war, everyone loses. Even if you're technically a winner, you have lost so much on the way of getting there that I don't think there can be winners in war, just losers of different amounts. What I have read so far is that sex is a powerful tool rightly used in a marriage, but it can also be destructive if you use it like a war tool. So what does Mark mean with this? Let's jump in. The first sentence reads, "Men want sex, women want love." So far, I totally agree. That is what I hear when I talk to my friends and family about this subject. We want different things. Let's continue. Mark writes that a woman needs to feel loved and adored and significant in order to have her sexual desires ignite for her man. A man has more like an on-off switch that gets ignited by her existence. He likens women to a control panel for a 747 jet. Lots of lights, buttons, and levers to maneuver, which can be hard without a manual. I added the last part, but you get my drift. No pun intended. Here comes my first aha moment. I might be dense, but I have always just looked at it from a womanly perspective and not giving the male perspective much thought. But it continues and tells that women and men function differently. In the why we want sex. I will quote directly now. For women, sex is a fueling station for the soul, a loading dock for intimacy, feelings of closeness and warmth. So when we as women has had a hard day, we become empty, or we feel empty on the inside. And what fills us up is being seen, heard, and feeling safe. Or as Mark puts it, she needs attention, care, commitment, a listening ear, and tender warmth from her husband to fill her soul. I 100% agree to this, and then it continues. The emotional attention of being adored and cared for is what sets her up for great sex. At least for me, I resonate with this. I need to not feel empty. I need to have my glass full of feeling attention in order to feel safe enough to give myself. Now came epiphany number 2. Men are completely the opposite. Well, I thought I knew that already, but how are they opposite and why was really interesting. A man is looking to empty his soul through sex, not fill it. Did that just hit you as hard as it hit me? Mark goes on to explain that men, after a hard day, instead of like women that feel drained and empty, men feel filled to the brim, ready to explode, and sex is a way for them to let go of that pent-up energy and to find peace and calm and stillness inside. I added that last part too, because I just think that's what it means. Mark goes on. Sex for a man is a great release, a way to reset his emotional and physical meter. Men expresses physically what they can't express emotionally. Sex really does cleanse and clear up a man's brain. Looking back at my marriage, I can totally see this pattern. After hard days, before important races, I felt like a stress reliever sometimes, and now I get the why that was so. Next, it goes into the way we function, in closeness and intimacy. Women tend to want that before sex. We need to feel safe and secure and loved and cherished In order for our 747 panel to start to light up, men feels that after the act of sex, and the release is done. I found that also very interesting. How many couples' sexual lives would improve knowing this? If men knew that taking time to start up the engine slowly would lead to thunderstorms and earthquakes, and if we women cherish the aftermath to bond and to be close, that would actually make it in a 3-step act. First, men give women what they need to get started, then mutual satisfaction, and step 3, the bonding and intimacy phase. Again, I really wish I had gotten this book before I got married. Now I have so many things I would like to try out, but no one to try it on. Mark writes, when sex is viewed as a way to love and serve each other in a marriage, it brings a whole new order to human sexuality. I don't know if this sounds weird, but I actually love reading this chapter of sex. It's interesting, and it has helped me understand the dynamic that was there or absent in my marriage. This is just the start of the chapter. It takes up a lot more, but this was what I felt was important to share. Go ahead and buy the book, it's really good. Well, this was it for now. Until next time, be the light, share the light, spread the light, and shine.
This is my journey. Thank you so much for keeping me company today. Please download, like, share, and subscribe, and help spread the light and spread the word to expand our community. Let's bring more love, peace, and unity to this world. Take care of yourself and your loved ones. Always be grateful, kind, and loving. Be brave and remember to step out of your comfort zone and smile. If you support us on Patreon, you will get access to our meditations and extra materials so you can download them as MP3. Also, we now have a Facebook group, which you can access from our Facebook community. Please answer the questions as you apply to participate. It will be a safe haven where we can keep discussing religion and spirituality, our spiritual gifts, and self-development. Remember, one person can make a difference, but together we can change the world.